So I would like to invite you wherever you are, unless you're driving or walking, to just sit back for a moment and close your eyes and take a deep breath and exhale fully. I really want to invoke the inner Egyptian mysteries that lives inside of all of us, and to activate that with just taking a breath or two in to our cellular memories, and see if there is a memory, this lifetime or some other, of being connected in some way to the shamanic mysteries of Egypt. Another deep breath. Exhale fully. If you had your eyes closed, it's a good time to open them. And I wanted to speak just a few minutes about the shamanic mysteries of Egypt and how it changed my life to go to Egypt. You know, to go on a pilgrimage someplace. A pilgrimage is to be that pilgrim, to be that seeker, and to go not even necessarily knowing what you're seeking. Sometimes you might have a healing or a prayer on your lips when you go, or in your mind and heart. But I find it best just to go to the mystery and be in the mystery and say, this is what I really hope happens, Creator, and then leave it with this or something better. And that's certainly what happened to me the first time I went to Egypt with my dear soul friend and soul sister, Nikki Scully. And probably many of you know who she is, but just in case you don't, she's a wild shamanic woman that I respect as my friend and sister, and just a little bit older than me. And her first shamanic journeys actually were hanging out. Think about when you go to Egypt, you think about the dead, right? You think about the tombs, you think about the mummies and all those kinds of things. And so for many years she hung out for a long time with the Grateful Dead, because her first husband was the road manager for many, many years with the Grateful Dead. So she was hanging out with the dead before she started taking people to Egypt. And she took the Grateful Dead to Egypt, including the Rolling Stones. So Nikki's more of a rock and roll shaman, and I like to think I'm kind of that too. So she said to me, I want to take you to Egypt. Why don't you put a group together? And so we ended up taking 50 people. That's a lot. Most of the time you take 15, 20, maybe 30 max. We had 50 people on that trip. And of course, she had been many times, and it was my first time. And what I can tell you, an epic journey that I'm condensing very small, what I can tell you is that my life was radically changed, that out of that journey, I shifted, I downloaded or reactivated in my DNA or something, the deep memory of the mysteries, the shamanic mysteries of Egypt, and that became 3 separate books, 2 with Nikki and 1 with Ruby Falconer with the shamanic Egyptian astrology. And from that time until now, more and more mysteries and more downloads have come to me and come out through many of my teachings. So ever so often, Venus Rising takes a select group of about 20 people, and we get on a sailboat. It's really it's called a sailboat, but it's also a little yacht, and it holds 20 of our students and us. And then there's a crew of about 15 or 20 people there too that are taking care of all of our needs. So we have all of our meals on the boat, and we sail down the Nile. And it's really cool because we can get into places in the early wee hours of the morning, and we can dock really close by, and then just take a little shuttle or a little shuttle sailboat or whatever over to the islands and the different places. And we have arrangements already made with people to go in at times when most people can't go. So we're the only ones there except for the guards. And that makes it really special. You can think about going into the pyramid, the Great Pyramid, or going to the Giza plateau to the Sphinx, or going to Isis's temple, and many others, and being there when it's just you and us, and some of the guards that are out a bit away from us, just kind of keeping guard over things. So that means we're able to do some breathing, shamanic breathing. We're able to do some deep meditation and inner journeying with ourselves and with each other. So if you're interested in that, you can go to shamanicbreathwork.org and look up our schedule and look for our trip to Egypt, which is in October next year, and that's 2024. I believe we have 4 or 5 spaces. I'm not exactly sure. That I think we have 4 or 5 left open. And here comes a little butterfly. Hello. And yeah, just check in and see if that calls to you. And if it does, we look forward to hearing from you. And you can reach out to Nicholas at shamanicbreathwork.org, or you can even reach out to me, but I'll probably forward it to him. Just start with shamanicbreathwork.org. We look forward to seeing you on the boat, sailing down the Nile, or somewhere else in between now and then.